Okay. WWE Smackdown vs Raw 2008 100% Part 54. Alright, so today we're watching a CPU tournament. Chulk is in this, but I will not be controlling him on this one. So I did find out the custom tournament option. Really silly, honestly, because I'm pretty sure the only customization you can really do with it is the name of the tournament, because you're not able to change the game mode without the tournament name changing, and the only time you can name the tournament is when you select custom tournament mode, and then when you do that, it will automatically set it to be a Smackdown vs Raw singles tournament. I think if you even change the singles to tag team, it even changes the name back to a Smackdown vs Raw tournament. So anyway, so we named our tournament the Ball Busters Tournament. And it's going to be a 16-person singles Iron Man tournament. And we are going to watch the CPUs go at it. It'll be fucking incredible. Alright.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot, I make them shiver, things get weak. Whenever I'm around, they see me walk, they hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine, just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy, I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Ain't your heart out, girls? Hands off the merchandise. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks.
Now that I have everybody's attention, I would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds. I hail from Green Bay! Kennedy.
Step a little closer, close to my fire. Troubles my drug, takes me higher and higher. Turn up the music, light up the crowd. Turn up the count.
This sold-out crowd is on its feet tonight here in St. Louis, Missouri.
These fans are so excited, I'm having a hard time staying in my own seat myself.
I'm with you on that, partner. We've got a great show here tonight for these St. Louis fans, and I can't wait to get started.
Michaels sure is getting up there. If he sticks around too much longer, HBK's gonna stand for the has-been kid.
I don't think Shawn Michaels is ever going to be a has-been. He looks as good today as he ever did, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off. What a counter that was! There are a lot of superstars in the back who...
Come on, quit showing off. This is a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, and injured superstars like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponents think you're easy. His opponent might not have enough left to kick out. Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained.
Haha, look at this, Cole. He doesn't look too worried about this match.
Well, he should be. Until that bell rings, this is still anyone's match. I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know. When you talk about a man who's done... Why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is and can... Look at him, he's just radiating confidence. And he's got a lot to be confident about.
He looks a little overconfident to me. This could come back to bite him. I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience.
There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out?
There's the reversal. Mr. Kennedy's my kind of superstar. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks of you, and then he'll back it up in the ring.
He certainly isn't shy about sharing his opinions, that's for sure. But I, for one, could do without that enormous ego of his.
I've been looking forward to this match all night.
So have I. He's taken a little time to give his opponent a piece of his mind.
You sure you can spare it? You can show off for the crowd if you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
Actually, I think it's a great display of confidence on the part of this great superstar.
He's showing absolutely no respect for his opponent.
Yeah, and his opponent isn't doing anything about it. What does that tell you? Uh-oh, this isn't good.
Chest first, right onto the security wall. That's going to take some time to recover from, but time is a luxury you don't often have in a match like this.
When I first heard about this...
What a jerk. How about a little less posing and a little more action? Look at this. No fear on the face of this superstar.
Yeah, but that kind of thing's not gonna win you the match.
I don't think he's going to win any fans over with that.
It's not about winning over fans. He's letting everyone know that he doesn't care what they think. Look at the confidence. He's letting his opponent know what's up.
He'd better watch out, though. His cockiness could backfire in a major way.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but only one of them is going to have his hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
So what? You want to say that everybody wins so that nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
Here's your winner,
I've got the looks.
the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
That really move 'em. I said chill. Up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make 'em hot. I make 'em shit.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 380 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Gonna be scared of a man. I walk through this land like a runner's man. Never can you imagine the pain that I bring. If I say it, I'ma do it in the streets of the thing. It's a K-I-N, G-N Hill, while it's banned in the world, and I have no fear. I'm the mean and the mean, the nightmare dreams, the root of all evil. Weak fear me, yeah. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wig split. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wig split. Beat 'em up, break his neck, break his neck. Beat 'em up, break his neck, break his neck. Beat 'em up, break his neck, break his neck. Beat 'em up, break his neck.
And the opponent, from Worcester, Massachusetts, weighing in at 234 pounds, Kenny Dykstra.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight. Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way. I can already tell this is going to be a great match, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell.
Mark my words, this Kenny Dykstra is a young up-and-coming superstar to keep your eyes on.
There's no doubt that Kenny Dykstra doesn't have a great upside, but he also has a tendency to take the unfair advantage whenever he gets the chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a kid you better keep your eyes on, especially if you're the referee.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
Look at this! Look at this! You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here!
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not going to end well. I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled once and for all.
The quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think he's underestimating anyone, King. I think he's making it clear that he refuses to be intimidated.
I think we know what the big man's going for here.
We sure do. And there it is, the world's strongest slam.
He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament.
Here's your winner, Mark Henry. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 255 pounds, Tommy Dreamer. homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu!
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking? This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary?
He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. Uh-oh. Come on, you gotta stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's gonna happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now. Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up.
He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath.
Look at this! Look at this! You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here!
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not gonna end well. Here he goes! Up the turnbuckle! This could be really good, or really bad. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on
his opponent.
Wait a second. What's he doing?
He's going for the Dreamer Driver, and I think he got all of it. And there's the cover. 2, 3. I tell you.
Here's your winner, Tommy Dreamer.
Stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. Southtown, stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. Be strong, be a man, don't lie, don't steal, keep it real for as long as you live. Make money if it's the last thing you do. Don't matter what he or she do.
What you gonna do when we come for you?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from San Diego, California, weighing 165 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
Mato cabrón de San Diego. Mash up on the scene like the Brown Crusader. Blowing up screens like Space Invaders. Too much damage. lucha. Siempre represento con mi charger cachucha. 619 sin war, that's my quota. San Diego, Puerto Rico, Sinaloa. Puyaca, Puyaca, 619. Hey, Puyaca, Puyaca, that's my pueblo. Puyaca, Puyaca, 619. Hey, Puyaca, Puyaca. Rey Mysterio, what you gonna do when we come for you? Correle, correle, ándale. What you gonna do when we come for you? Correle, correle, ándale. Mira, mira, guacha, guacha, cuidado con los celos, porque
And the opponent, from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 275 pounds, Bobby Lashley.
There's a storm in the distance, you better take cover now. Coming too fast, hang up and call your mother now. Dark clouds and ominous mask. You pray it might pass, but no, it's gonna last. The lightning strikes and the ground is on fire, and the light you know is about to expire. No time for breath, but a good time for running. Never, never look back, 'cause hell is coming. Hell in the sky, and all you sinners will die. It's gonna blow you away. It's gonna be judgment day. You know that fear will be rising, and you know that pressure.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR, Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King.
How can these fans be this excited about Rey Mysterio, JR? He's so tiny that half of them probably can't even see him in the ring.
Well, King, there's an old saying. Size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it that counts. And I'm sure you've heard that one before.
What? What are you saying, JR? Don't try to change the subject just because you know I'm right.
Excellent counter. What ring presence? Very few superstars have so completely dominated their opponent. These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match. Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out.
Here he goes, up the turnbuckle. This can be really good or really bad.
I'm a Raw man through and through, but I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't love to have a superstar like Rey Mysterio on the roster.
Why would you want to do something like that to Mysterio, JR? Everyone on Raw is at least twice his size. Then destroy him. Here's the counter, JR. This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way.
The quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think he's underestimating anyone, King. I think he's making it clear that he refuses to be intimidated. His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's gonna have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR. Oh, here we go. What a jerk. How about continuing the match?
I don't think he's in any hurry to end this one, King. And I don't think the crowd wants it to end either. He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath.
This Lashley is so young and so impressive. I can only imagine the career he's got ahead of him.
Well, you know what they say, JR? The candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
Maybe so, King, but any superstar who earns himself a spot at WrestleMania in...
Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge. Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. Watch out! He reversed it! After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try that. You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having the crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline pumping. And there's a little something for the crowd. The best superstar. It's long distance to San Diego, but that's not going to stop him from making the call.
I don't believe it! 619! You gotta...
And now a pin. This could be it. He's not going to get caught with that one. Boy, what an incredible competitor Rey Mysterio is.
These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly. Oh, for the love of... Open your eyes, ref. I can't believe he got away with that.
Well, you might not like it, JR, but he's going to do whatever it takes to win this one. Uh-oh. He's got his opponent down on the ropes. You know what that means.
619. He's sending flying with that one.
This is great, JR. Where else besides the WWE can you see this kind of ruthless? Flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is a great place to be.
Here's your winner, Rey Mysterio. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 256 pounds, King Booker. And the opponent, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR, Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight.
Bret? Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now. Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat. Oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match, and now it's paying off. This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity of each and every WWE superstar.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically... He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge. And here's the pin. These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
Uh-oh, I think he's looking to finish off his opponent.
He sure is, King, and that scissors kick just might do it.
This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
He's sizing up his opponent. This could be it.
There it is, JR! His patented scissors kick! I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what his opponent's down. And now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's gonna have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR.
That went nowhere. Boy, Booker T will tell you how great he is until your dadgum ears fall off. But quite frankly, I'd rather see him put up or shut up. These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What? Oh, here we go. What a jerk. How about continuing the match?
I don't think he's in any hurry to end this one, King. And I don't think the crowd wants it to end either. Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR. The human body can only absorb so much punishment.
Oh boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something, quick!
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars. This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? You take one look at Bret Hart, and it's not hard to see why he's a WWE Hall of Famer.
I'll put it this way, old King of Memphis. If Bret Hart doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, nobody does.
I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone's mind that the superstars of the WWE are the greatest athletes in the world. I've got a feeling that...
You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having the crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline pumping.
The quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think he's underestimating anyone, King. I think he's making it clear that he refuses to be intimidated. And there's a little something for the crowd. The best superstars never ignore their fans.
The best superstars also finish off their opponents instead of giving them time to recover. I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again. These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. There's no question these superstars are earning their paychecks.
This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on SmackDown.
Not on SmackDown or anywhere else. There's nothing else out there that can come close to the excitement of seeing the Raw superstars perform live. You've got to ask yourself, how much punishment will these superstars be able to withstand tonight?
I don't know, JR, but I think they're pretty intent on finding out.
They certainly are. I don't know how it's going to end, but I can guarantee you they're going to leave it all in the ring.
being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat.
Bret Hart calls himself the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
And that's a hard point to argue.
You're not kidding. He's right on at least 2 counts, and I might not be able to see the future, but I bet he's right on that one too.
That's a pretty safe bet. I doubt we'll ever see another superstar in our lifetimes like the legendary Hitman.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
There's the reversal. Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight.
I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, King. And it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words. Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your
Can his opponent kick out of this pinning predicament?
Calgary's Bret Hart calls himself the excellence of execution, and it's not hard to see why.
From anyone else, that would just be ego. From the Hitman, it's the truth, plain and simple.
And that's why Bret Hart is one of the WWE's most respected Hall of Famers.
I'll tell you what, King, the WWE superstars are about the greatest athletes you'll find in any sport, period.
What do you mean, just about, JR? Can you actually think of anywhere else that you can see athletes of this caliber?
I was just going for a little humility there, King. I'm not surprised it was lost on you.
last time I saw superstars this fired up. I don't think they've even considered the possibility that they might not win this thing.
There's an awful lot of pride on the line here, King. No one in that ring wants to have to go back to the locker room.
Here's the pin! Could this be it?
3.
Here's your winner, King Booker.